go shoot them out of the air. Hey, that could be a good combination. I mean, only time will tell. The the dust is going to settle. It's going to take a few weeks for everything to settle and into a new sort of a map. But that may be a strategy that you're going to start seeing more. So, base smoke cloud duration increased by 1 second. Envenomed cloud duration increased by 1 second. Envenomed jump suppression removed. The vanish and smoke now doesn't add agility anymore. Which I didn't see a lot of people using vanish and smoke, but whatever. The snare cloud duration increased by 1 second. I actually like snare. I've actually got a video that I'm sitting on right now. I'm just waiting on a friend of mine. He's going to do some commentary for the way that we're spinning this video, but it's going to be fun. But I've been using snare and predator a lot lately, and it's been hilariously fun. But anyways, those are some of the major changes to Night Stalker. The last one that's major that I want to hit. They did make some changes to like Curse of the Pack and Predator and Lockdown. Lockdown now makes the duration of your smoke longer. But Shade Step is another game-changing deal here. Shade Step has been moved to a single dodge on a 3-second cooldown, not 2 dodges on a 3-second cooldown. So, 1 dodge every 3 seconds. You know what that's going to change? When you catch a Night Stalker out in the open and you dump half your magazine, and
only
they're
5
like,
minutes left.
Right. And now suddenly they're up in your grill, which primary.
Defend the probe, Guardian. Probe lost. There's a new relic. Go and get it. 1 minute. Probe activated. Defend it. Seconds remaining. Your probe is down. Stay alert for new relics. Only 10 seconds left. The relics are the key. You've got to do more than fight.
Fireballs. Same thing goes to like trial Sherpas and major trial streamers. Like I said, most of them, emphasis on most, main Night Stalkers and Sunsingers. Sunsingers just have such a forgiving approach to engagement because the fireball can tag multiple people. It takes their recovery stat out of the game, makes them burn forever, so if they stub their toe, they die. Also, this is a grenade that's that powerful but doesn't require much accuracy. Because the radius on it was pretty big, I always joke you just have to throw it in someone's zip code to tag them. I know that's a bit of an exaggeration. But, for the most part, it's really forgiving in terms of where you place it. It can tag people at pretty nice distances. So, also because of that, it can take a 1v3 scenario, stack a dot on two of them, and leave you in 1v1, or leave you in a situation where you just have to do some amount of damage. You could just basically blow on the guys who got tagged by it, and they're going to die. They're going to burn out and die. So, yeah, that grenade needed to be nerfed. People started joking and calling them.
Doubles skirmish. Alpha team. Work together, and you might survive. Heavy ammo inbound. Heavy ammo available. Still survive with your pride, Guardians. I've seen enough. I'm calling this one.
Obvious dig. And you know where I stand on this. I totally agree. I think the fire bolts have been way too forgiving and way too easy to use. Maybe even a little bit cheap. But you don't hear me slinging hate at gamers for using them because it's not the gamer's job to balance the game. It's Bungie's. Well, guess what? They're balancing the game. So, Viking Funerals getting nerfed. The firebolt, the arming radius reduced. I'm sorry. That's not true. So the firebolt, the arm time has been increased by 1/5 of a second. That's not much, honestly. That's going to give you 1/5 of a second more to get out of there when you see it get tossed. Firebolt, it's decreased the radius by a meter. That is significant. That there is significant. It's got to be, the crew's got to chuck it right at you in order to tag you with it. But one of the biggest changes is that my funeral itself has been changed about what exactly it does. So it doesn't extend the burn any longer. There's still going to be a burn, but it doesn't extend the burn. But the other change that comes in tandem with that is that now it will weaken targets that are afflicted by the burn. So if the burn is ticking,
team.
then the opponent is going to take 5% more damage from all targets.
Wipe out the enemy team. All enemies have been eliminated.
And when that shield activates, those are the changes.
The team is in the lead.
When these dot sevens are the strongest subclasses, I think that if I were to pick the two subclasses that are going
Enemy team eliminated.
the Void Walker's ability to regenerate health and regenerate grenade energy on kills.
Yeah, I know, that's the real name.
Your team is in the lead.
Son of a bitch.
You're the last
I'm
gun.
gonna die.
Your team was eliminated. Your team is in the lead.
What? Okay.
Your team was eliminated. Better luck next time, Guardian. The match is tied.
Why is my teammates separate?
Just 10 seconds to go. All enemies have been eliminated.
What's up?
Heavy ammo on the way.
Jody wanted to watch on her phone. They changed a lot of shit.
Heavy ammo available.
Alright. Trip mines do not stick to people anymore. They changed. The throwing knife doesn't do as much damage.
Match point. Claim victory.
There's a perk that changed. Well, I could still one shot with the hand cannon, then one headshot with the throwing knife. I could still win. They changed the firebolts finally. Oh.
You're the last guardian.
No, they don't burn. They changed it where it's kind of like the Titan melee.
That's a shame.
You take like 5% more damage. They changed the perk Viking Funeral. It's not the same. It's called Viking Funeral, but it's called something different. Well, it's not called something different, but it does something different. Son of a bitch! I'm camping over there, man. And then Golden Gun does more damage in PvE. The
Last guardian.
Hunter's grenade, the one with the
Better luck next time, guardian.
skip grenade doesn't follow you as long.
Match point, guardians. Careful.
Well, it's just like the lightning grenades and the other grenades. And they roosted by 3%.
You're the last gun in the
The Doctrine archetype weapons are reduced damage by 6%.
team was eliminated.
Well, let me put a video so we can talk about everything that's changed. Oh, they changed the strikes on the heroic strikes. They put modifiers on them now. But I started the nightfall. I just pressed X. We should play Paragon. It's just like Might, but closer, third person. Exact same shit.
So, surprise sandbox update coming to Destiny. In this video, I'll go over the patch notes and changes coming to class balance, aka hunters are getting some changes. Don't worry though, other classes are getting some love as well. If you want to read Bungie's reasoning for these, I suggest looking at the actual patch notes as they go pretty in depth into their explanations. First up for hunter changes, grenades. Swarm grenade is getting a 7% damage buff and a 0.5 meter arming radius, which is good because grenade sees pretty much zero play. Trip mine will also no longer attach to enemies and the damage will be reduced by 3%. Golden gun base damage will be increased by 50% and an additional 30% against PvE mobs. Deadeye now increases golden gun damage by an additional 30%. I hope it still keeps its accuracy bonus as Golden Gun feels a little bit inaccurate at times in PvP, and I really like using that perk for that reason. Otherwise, I'm happy that Golden Gun will finally be more viable in PvE due to these damage bumps. Throwing knife base damage will be reduced by 10%. Circle of Life will now make precision kills with throwing knives reduce the cooldown of Golden Gun. Circle of Life will no longer extend the duration of Golden Gun or have +1 armor. I'm a little bit confused on the throwing knife damage reduction because they say it's because Incendiary Blade is a little bit too strong in PvP, so why not just reduce the burn damage? Moving on, Scavenger increases the amount of grenades and melee energy awarded by 33%. Chain of Woe has +1 recovery added, and Over the Horizon has +1 recovery removed. Alright, next up are some Blade Dancer changes. Mobility felt a little bit too strong on them according to Bungie, so Blink now causes you to lose 1 on your recovery stat if you pick it. And Blink Strike lunge distance has been decreased by 0.4 meters. In addition, Blink Strike backstab angles have been reduced by 30 degrees to hopefully stop people from getting one shot in the front. Escape Artist invisibility effect delayed by 0.5 seconds and fast twitch recharge reduced by 20%. Interesting changes there. Blade Dancers overall in PvP don't feel as strong as some of the other classes. Blade Dancer Super has also been increased by 2 seconds, hit search range increased by 0.5 meters, and they added a 0.8 second cooldown between arc blade swings while airborne to keep you from dashing around everywhere. Energy cost per swing has been increased by 20%, but energy cost on hit decreased by 20%. So pretty much they want you to be very precise with your hits and not use your blade to be really mobile. Fortunately, arc blade damage is getting a 30% increase to PvE enemies. Vanish will also now cause you to vanish right when you cast it instead of at the end. Showstopper is also getting its radius increased by 1 meter. Finally, Encore kills on an enemy with arc blade now extend its duration and gives a 150% increase to arc blade damage for a short time. That right there is huge. So Arcblade subclass is getting some questionable mobility nerfs, but it looks like they'll finally be better off in PvE with their super at least. And now finally, the Night Stalker changes. First up is the Spike Grenade. They are reducing the pulses from 10 to 5 per second, but increasing the damage by 100% per impulse. So the damage will be the same, but over a much shorter period of time. This should make the grenade get a little bit more use. Maybe. Shadow Shot will now apply the suppression effect on impact. This has been one of the most requested changes added to Shadow Shot. I'm glad to see it finally there. Smoke Grenade is getting its impact damage increased by 34%. Impact suppression and damage over time reduced by 1 second. And you can now jump when afflicted by a Smoke Grenade. So now it looks like they want you to directly hit someone with a smoke bomb. Players will still be able to escape it though, as they are no longer sitting helpless and unable to jump inside the smoke. Great change that should remove a lot of the frustrations fighting a Night Stalker. Some other perks are also getting some changes. Courage of the Pack now increases recovery